not your fault.
You're right. It's not my fault. It's your.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Calm Kingdoms. Today, we're taking a look at women losing it, as more men are simply checking out. Make sure you drop your thoughts and comments down below. And with that said, let's jump right into it.
So I overheard a conversation last night. It was a group of 4 girls at dinner, and one girl was telling her friends about her new fling. She described it as a casual hookup type thing, but claimed he was super respectful, despite not wanting to commit. Her friend then asked why he was so scared to commit, and this was the moment that I had to physically restrain myself. Here's a shocker, girls. Men aren't scared of you. This guy's basically at an all-you-can-eat buffet, minus the fee. He has it made. If you want him to look at you as girlfriend material, start carrying yourself as that, because hookups won't make him love you.
It seems like modern women think bedroom fun is all they need to offer, but many of them fail to realize that won't keep a man around long term.
Why don't women typically approach men?
I feel like if a woman is confident enough and she feels like she looks really good right then and there, and she's not, maybe introverted or shy, she would definitely go and approach somebody.
If a woman chooses to approach a man and shoot her shot, is she more or less likely to be rejected than if the man approaches a woman?
I feel like men are more likely to be rejected. Yeah.
So why do you think that women fear rejection when they're far less likely to be rejected?
Because women are just more sensitive. They have more feelings into it. I feel like men, they're used to being rejected. They're used to being turned down, but women aren't. So when they get rejected, they feel it more personally. Yeah.
It's because a lot of modern women have pretty fragile egos and they hate hearing the word no. It's surprising how many of them have never actually been told that word.
Guys, I mean, seriously, can we please debunk this myth that a lot of women are going out on dates with men they're not even the slightest bit interested in just to get a free meal? Like, you guys really think we are that hard-pressed for a steak dinner that we're going to fake the funk to hustle it out of you?
I can debunk this myth. You ready? Plenty of articles. Ready? No, that doesn't help. Let's try another one. No. Let's try another one. It's got a name to it.
It's not really about poverty. A lot of modern women use men for food out of a sense of entitlement. Even if they don't need it, they're not going to be homeless or starving. They still want free food from men because they feel they deserve it.
Let's try... No, it seems like... Right, how can I debunk this? Maybe TikTok will have some ideas.
My boyfriend and I were talking a little while ago about the concept of what a foodie call is, and he was like, what is a foodie call? And I was like, it's like a booty call, but for food.
So studies prove that 1 in 3 women go on dates just for food.
According to a new study, many women are choosing free meals over relationships. The study in the journal Social Psychology.
At this point, it's hard to ignore that some people feel modern dating dynamics can be one-sided at times. You can even find discussions and examples on platforms like TikTok that reflect this perspective.
So my guy...
I'm trying to debunk this myth, and it's not working. Oh, I know. I'm Matthew for Channel 4 News, and I am with one random person from the street named Becky, and we're going to ask her a question. Becky, do women use men for food dates? No. There we have it. One person's opinion is absolute fact. It does not happen. Complete myth. Thank you very much. Back to you in the studio.
I think it's crazy how many modern women think they can reject reality and replace it with their own version of it. That's not how it works at all.
Yeah. Now we've debunked that myth, let's take a train to Reality Town for a second. Fellas, there are women out there that will use you for a foodie date. I've got friends that actually brag about this. I know one person that's been on 5 dates in a week just to get her belly filled with food. Gets your mind out of the gutter. And this is why it's ideal for a man, if you're going to go out on a date with someone, take the lady on a coffee date. Make her a picnic. Go for a walk. See if that lady is going to invest time into you and not what they can get from you, because you might just turn into a one-night buffet stand.
If a woman is genuinely interested in a guy, she won't have a problem going on a coffee date. It's when she's not interested that it becomes an issue.
If you're scrolling through TikTok right now, instead of doing something you're supposed to be doing, just add me as a friend.
Would you ever date a woman that's a nurse?
Nurses are known to be the biggest cheaters. They're sleeping with other nurses, men nurses, they're sleeping with the doctors. They love them some doctors. If your girl is a nurse and she has a hot doctor that she works with, chances are them late hours, they getting their freak on. He's on the side of the nursing bed while you waiting for her at home.
There is a reason why some nurses are considered the most undesirable women to date.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid? Why aren't more people intelligent like me?
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich, especially Arby's.
I would say mentally I am not well. Physically, also no. Spiritually, no.
She has no right to talk about that. She's most likely the one who filed for the divorce.
Oh, got your bitches. Notice how there's nothing in my hand? You lonely fucker.
Shout out to my ex. Cause if we were still together, I wouldn't be living my best life. Mr. Worldwide.
Whoa. Why'd you do that? 11-year-olds, you're 80. They're alive.
Kicking a kid after being rude to him is a whole new level of shameful behavior.
Have you ever heard the expression, the longer I stay single, the more selective I become? This is a fucking fact. And the reason why is because the longer you stay single and genuinely enjoy your vibe, up your standards, you're doing things to take care of yourself, you're living your life, you're actually loving life, that becomes your new standard, okay? There's a lot of shit you're not gonna go for, there's a lot of shit you're not gonna tolerate, and a lot of shit you're not gonna put up with because you don't need to. You're literally doing everything for yourself and enjoying your life. Why would you lower the bar and lower your standards for someone to come in and start stressing you and adding chaos to your life? No, thank you.
That's not even a real saying. She just made it up and is trying to make everyone believe it. Recording yourself crying over a breakup just comes across as a desperate plea for attention online.
What is one thing that you've never told your ex?
Our trainer. Like, I had a trainer and he was training me for a while. Like, I met him at my apartments. Like, we were both doing laundry at the same time, and he propositioned me one day. He was like, "Can I give you a massage because you're so tired from training, right?" And I was like, "Okay," but we ended up, and it was at me and my ex's house. So that's really.
She knew exactly what that guy wanted, which is why she clearly doesn't seem to regret cheating.
But I used to, and I for a year.
A year?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one when he sees this. But yeah, for a year, and I even when I moved, he came to see me. So yeah, for a year.
So your ex had no idea you were cheating on him?
I wasn't cheating. We had an open relationship and then we broke up. So it's through the open relationship part, but he didn't know that I was him. I wasn't supposed to any of our friends or anybody that we both knew. So that was the bad part.
How do you think he would feel?
Really upset. He'd be really upset. I feel like he'd be sad.
Open relationships are generally a bad idea. People who think like this would probably be better off staying single.
But he's done too, so I'll just be like, "Hey, remember that? This is that. It's the same thing."
Was he better at being a personal trainer or better at?
Better. He's a horrible trainer.
Horrible trainer. Okay. All right.
That's exactly why they don't work. She just uses his experiences as ammunition against him.
All right, not going to lie, I was really feeling myself yesterday, so then I decided to make a Tinder profile and seek validation from men who I don't know, and then I asked somebody out to go get drinks with me. It worked out, I guess. It was time to get dolled up, but honestly, it was for myself, and then my highlighter decided to yeet, I started getting overwhelmed while I was getting ready, so I did some breathing exercises to calm myself down. My hair is at the point where my bangs are a little too long to be fringe bangs, and I don't quite know how to style it. I'm really not too sure what look I want to go for anymore, but
She literally admitted she's getting dressed up for herself, not for the guy she's actually meeting.
I think this works out. I don't know. I decided to wear a graphic tee out and just tie it up, and this asymmetrical skirt that I was super nervous to wear because, yep, fit check, my football is showing. I haven't worn these boots since living in Boston, and I'm excited to take them out again, and this is what I look like without the jacket. All right, bye-bye.
That woman is too old to be dressing that way, and it doesn't really seem necessary.
This story just took a crazy turn. Remember the punt god from San Diego State who was drafted by the Bills and punted the ball 82 yards in a preseason game? Well, for reasons I can't say here on TikTok, Matt Araiza was released from the Bills after certain accusations about him at a college party came out last August. I outlined the full scope and timeline of these allegations in the newsletter I dropped today linked in my bio. Now, at the time, these accusations involving Araiza and two of his college teammates were so disturbing that the Bills released him after taking him in the 6th round that same year, before he ever had the chance to take a regular season.
This guy was set to be secure for life with his sports career. Then things took a turn because of a woman.
Snap. But now it's come out that these accusations that destroyed Araiza's career were completely false. Now, before we go any further here, I want to echo a sentiment shared by fellow creator Bladen Kirk, and say that we should always err on the side of victims in cases like this, as to not discourage other victims from sharing their story. But in this case, it's come out that Araiza wasn't even at the party at the time that the once alleged incident took place, which leaves us with just one question. Is Matt Araiza's career still over? Well, his attorney says that several teams have been in contact with the once highly touted punting prospect, but as of right now, Araiza remains unsigned. But if the NFL has shown us anything, it's that they don't have a problem signing people who have actually been convicted of crimes, so I'm sure Araiza will find his way back on our roster sometime soon.
Even when a man can prove the accusations are false, he can still end up carrying the stigma for a long time.
We need to talk about why the person that falsely accused Matt Araiza for what he did last year is not getting anywhere near the treatment that he got just a short year ago. Now, we all know the story, we all know the allegations, but this kid literally got cut from the Buffalo Bills after the story came out. Months later, we heard that no criminal charges were being prosecuted on the guy, and it wasn't until yesterday when we heard exactly why no criminal or civil charges were going to be placed.
Despite his strong alibi, he still had to fight for over a year before the charges were finally dropped.
Why, you might ask? Because he wasn't even there. He was not even there. This was according to Discovery. He was gone by 12:30 a.m. before the alleged incident happened. Number two, this girl lied about her age. And apparently in the state of California, as long as it's objectively reasonable to believe the liar, then there's no malice toward it. But that's beyond the case. It's still disgusting.
False accusations can seriously damage a man's life. It's not surprising that some men are choosing to step away.
But this is even where it gets saucier right here. It looks like the blank was more so consensual. So you know what that means? Ladies and gents, that essentially means that the liar, that's what I'm going to call her from now on, was a part of a movie that she was ashamed of. Completely consensual, and she decides that, hey, I'm gonna ruin this one guy's life so I can get some attention.
It's concerning how, in some cases, consent issues can be interpreted or discussed in a way that feels unclear or unpredictable.
And a little bit of clout. Look, I do want to go out and say that, say for example that this turned out to be the opposite, then I want that guy to be nailed to a stake. But where I have an issue is that these false accusers just get completely let off. Matt Araiza lost his career, lost his reputation, and he is never going to recover. Just look at Sean Oakman, same thing. Absolute nonsense.
Women who falsely accuse men should face serious legal consequences, not just a light penalty, in my opinion.
The woman that falsely accused Matt Araiza needs to be held accountable. I mean, not only did she tarnish his name, but she also tarnished his career, to which she seemed pretty happy about.
Matt getting cut from the team definitely was a boost for me. I was
really starting to feel hopeless.
And I'm sure he also felt hopeless after getting cut from a team after just being drafted as a punter.
Wish that he was never drafted.
And I guess I don't understand how his name was publicly tarnished while we still don't even know the name of hers. Because it's easy to hide behind a screen, but she needs to be held accountable.
Not only did she ruin this man's life, but she was also allowed to remain completely anonymous.
The woman who falsely accused Matt Araiza has stopped pursuing her lawsuit, but this is after she asked him for a settlement and ruined his NFL career.
Offered a settlement to remove me from the case for $50,000. But I'm not willing to pay money to someone who damaged me and lied about me and caused a lot of harm to me and my family. I'm not willing to do that.
We all hope some NFL team gives Matt Araiza a second chance.
Demanding a payoff after ruining someone's life is deeply troubling and, in my opinion, disgusting.
In today's polarized world, is feminism dead? I saw your hand.
I think that depends on the definition of feminism. I strongly think that feminism is more of an action than an identity. I would say it's uplifting all women, in which case it's very alive. At the same time, if we do follow that definition, feminism has splintered off into so many different areas that you can look at people like Sheryl Sandberg who say you should just get another nanny if you feel oppressed. And if we're talking about that kind of feminism, yeah, it's pretty dead.
I think feminism isn't actually about equality. It's about equality when it benefits us. I think feminism is really about women wanting special privileges and treatment at the expense of men often. And I think it's alive and well, sadly.
Feminism doesn't uplift everybody. It can leave some of its followers feeling bitter, angry, or unhappy. If women believe feminism is always good for them, they may be misunderstanding it.
As a society, women are treated differently.
I think as a society, women are very privileged over men.
I think we're privileged, but I don't think we're privileged over men. I feel like a woman should feel safe, walking home at night alone, and I don't feel like that's always the case.
Do you think that a man walking alone at night in the city always feels safe?
Probably not, but I think a man's probably worried about being beat up. A woman's worried about being...
It almost sounds like she has no issue with men getting beaten up by criminals.
Did you also know that if you factor in prison, men are actually a higher share of victims than women are?
Such a different. That's not they're not in a.
I'm just saying the world
is
is not fair and bad things happen. What I'm looking for is actual evidence that women are somehow uniquely oppressed as a group by men.
I feel like the only reason I have.
And if you start your statement with "I feel like," that's by definition not going to be factual. That's going to be just opinion.
The only reason I have my opinion about the way women are being treated is because how I've been treated and how I've seen my friends be treated.
Okay, but that's
It's actually a pretty simple rule. If you choose bad partners, you shouldn't be surprised if you're treated badly.
Anecdote.
If there's tons of women coming together, there's a message there.
Oh, okay. What if a bunch of Trump supporters come together on January 6th and say, we really feel like this election wasn't fair? I mean, it has to be proof that it's true because a whole bunch of people came together.
If black people stormed the Capitol, they would have all been...
Yeah,
they would have.
Black people were allowed to riot in the streets and burn down entire cities for a whole summer, and nobody went around mowing.
They often respond to logical arguments by saying, "Oh, that's totally different," but it isn't. It's the same thing.
You say the extremes when people don't say the extremes when they don't like the truth. They say the exceptions. Would I jump off a cliff if you told me to? Come on. Do you honestly think I would? You don't know. Come on. If people really think that, then...
If you were in danger in Mountain Cat, you would.
Of course, but this is what upsets me, is that because my view is actually the truth, that people think, oh, she said it was the truth. Okay, it just is. Look around. So you're telling me that any thriving dynamic, whether it's sports, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's a Fortune 500 company, that they flip coins and every day one person decides who leads. No. That is not how it goes. In life, in any successful dynamic or business or entity, there is one leader.
Just because a leader is a man doesn't automatically mean it's oppression. If you'd like early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed.